Welcome to Office 365 Essentials from Bigger Brains. This course is designed to get you up to speed on the basics of using Office 365 in just a few lessons. We're going to start off by talking about what Office 365 actually is and some of the technologies behind the scenes that make it work. We're going to look at using Office 365 for your email, your calendar, and your contacts. And finally, we're going to wrap up by looking at two of the most useful Office 365 apps, Microsoft To Do for managing your tasks, and Microsoft OneDrive for sharing and storing your files. This course is a shorter version of our Mastering Office 365 course, which goes into a lot more detail. If you're looking for a deep dive into all that Office 365 has to offer, make sure you check out that course. And you will occasionally hear Ben and I reference lessons in that course during this course. We also have courses that cover specific tools like Microsoft Teams, Skype for Business, Groups, Planner, SharePoint, Power BI, and more. Now let's get started with a look at what Office 365 actually is. Hi, I'm Chip Reeves. I've been an IT consultant for 25 years, and I'm a Microsoft Office 365 partner.
And I'm Ben, and I'm here to learn about Office 365.
Well, that's great. One of the most important things to know from the start is that there are a lot of different versions of Office 365. There's versions for home users, for small business, for big business, for government and academic as well. So some of the features that we're going to show you in this course may not directly apply to your version of Office 365, but we're going to cover the most commonly used features.
Okay, so there are a lot of different versions, but what exactly is Office 365 doing?
So that's a good question. So I think of it this way. Now, do you pay a water bill every month?
Yeah.
Okay. So most of us pay a water bill every month, and in exchange for that, we expect that when we turn a handle, water is going to come out of our sink. I have a friend in a very rural part of Africa that when she pays the water company, it's so that they'll send a big truck of water out to her house and fill up a big tank outside her building. Now, I think we'd all agree that that's a less efficient way to do things, but that's kind of how we've always bought software in the past. If we needed a new version of something, if we needed a new license for Microsoft Office, for example,
I'd go down to the computer store and buy a CD.
Right, and bring it back and use it until it's time for a new version or a new license or an extra computer or whatever, and then you go back and do the whole thing over again. So with Office 365, you're paying a monthly fee to Microsoft for a certain set of services, just like you do with your water bill or your electrical bill. Now, the great thing is, with Office 365, what they're doing is they're giving you access to some services that used to be very expensive to maintain on your own. So some of these services were really only available to large corporations who would spend thousands of dollars a year maintaining them. So we're going to take a look at all the services that you could get with Office 365. For starters, most Microsoft Office 365 plans include access to Exchange. Microsoft Exchange is a platform that provides business-class email as well as calendars and contacts, which are now called people, and allows you to sync your email, calendar, and contact information between multiple devices. It also provides security and administration functions, and it works especially well with Microsoft Outlook. Microsoft Office is the world's most popular productivity suite, including applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and more. With Office 365, these applications can be downloaded to your PC, your Mac, your iPad or other tablet, your smartphone, or they can be accessed online as well. SharePoint has sometimes been called the Swiss Army knife of business productivity. It's a platform that allows for document sharing, content management, company intranets, team collaboration, internal social networks, and research and business intelligence functions. Microsoft OneDrive for Business is based on SharePoint technology, and it's an easy way for users to securely store, share, and collaborate on documents in the cloud. Microsoft Skype for Business is a communications platform. It allows you to use chat and instant messaging functions. It gives you a presence indicator, as well as allows you to place audio calls, video calls, and host video conferences with your coworkers and even outside your organization. Microsoft Teams is a modern hub for teamwork. It provides group chat and collaboration, audio and video calls and meetings, shared files, as well as other functions. Teams is replacing the Skype for Business app, and it's built on a combination of SharePoint, Skype for Business, and Exchange functionality. Depending on your package, your Office 365 bundle might include things such as the personal versions of Microsoft Skype and OneDrive, Microsoft Dynamics, Yammer, Power BI, Kaizala, Power Apps, Microsoft Flow, or custom applications from the Microsoft Store.
So I understand there are a lot of technologies that can be used on multiple devices, PCs, Macs, mobile devices. But what do people actually use it for?
Well, there's a lot of different things you can use it for, starting with using it for business class email. We're going to talk about using it for your calendar. We're going to talk about using it for your contacts, which are now called people. We're going to talk about using it to save and share documents in the Office 365 cloud. We're also going to talk about using it to create and edit documents online. And finally, we're going to look at where you can get help with any of your Microsoft Office 365 questions, both from Microsoft themselves and from the Office 365 community. One last thing to keep in mind, Office 365 changes frequently, almost every week, and so the screens and menus that you see may be slightly different than what we show you in this course. We do update this course frequently, so don't be surprised if Ben and I look slightly different from lesson to lesson. Now let's get things started by taking a look at the Office 365 home screen.